Hello everyone. Welcome to the live stream. Hope everyone is doing amazingly today. I know everyone's probably trickling into the live stream. So as you come in, don't fear, say hello. I'd be really happy to say hello to all of you. We're going to talk about classic TV shows, movies, talk about the channel a little bit. You get to see who is behind the Rick9G voice if you've never done this. There may be new people on here. There may be people who've been here for years. Don't forget to let me know in the comments where you are tuning in from. It's kind of a little tradition that we do here. You let me know where you're from. I'm in Southern California, and it's great. It's great to meet all of you and to see where you're all from. It's super exciting, super fun. I'm happy you all have joined in. I'm a one-man show here, so I am making sure the stream is in a healthy condition. People are starting to, chime in and come along, and it is a wonderful, wonderful day here. Let's move this over here, and boom, there we go. Hey everyone, nice to see everyone. Everyone's doing amazing. Nice to see you, Scott Robinson, the first person in the comments. Thanks, David D. Nice to see you as well. Marlborough, Massachusetts. Awesome. East Coast of the United States chiming in. Welcome, Scott, and everyone else to the live stream. I see people are starting to stream in. Let me know where you're tuning in from. People are letting me know. State, city. Some people, even if you're from another country. I'd love to see who is the first international viewer of this live stream. Let's talk about classic TV shows and movies. We'll get into the topics a little bit, but as people are starting to chime in, don't forget to start by leaving a big thumbs up to this live stream. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribers are people who are allowed to comment, and you get a lot of perks for being a subscriber, and it's free. It's free, so go ahead and check that out. Hey, Linda, nice to see you. Daytona Beach, Florida. I bet it's beautiful there right now, isn't it? Baker Spatch. Oh, hey, Terry. Terry's chiming in saying, hey, it's Terry who won the I Love Lucy DVD set last year. See? I do send those things in. I mean, it's part of the channel, part of what I do. It almost makes no sense to do the giveaway, not give them in. It's worth it. It's worth it to give back to all of you. Terry Gibson from Victorville. Not the only Victorvalian. Victorvalian? We have Christopher K., who's also from there. Trenton, Michigan. Randy from Connecticut coming in as our moderator. Thank you, Randy, for being a moderator today. Randy will do his karate moves to make sure everyone is in line in the comments, talking about the topics that we want to talk about, and everything stays family-friendly as always. We're all adults here, but we always want to keep it a family-friendly channel. That is, anyone can tune in and anyone could enjoy it, whether you're 8 years old or 108. Atlanta, Georgia. Look at that. Melbourne, Australia. Tiff499. You are the first international view. Australia. Please tell me what time, what day. Isn't it? Let's see. I'm guessing. So it's not here. So it's probably tomorrow morning or tomorrow around noon in Australia. Tomorrow being Tuesday. It's at least Tuesday. That's for sure. Awesome. Thank you, Sally. Yeah, these are my nerd glasses. I enjoy having them, and it's great sometimes. I usually wear contacts, but it's great to go back and forth and rest my eyes because I am completely blind. I cannot read the comments like this. Now I could. Lenox Hill. Very nice. Let me see. Honeymooners. Wow, Joyce. You're a big Honeymooners fan. Any favorite character? Who's your favorite character from the Honeymooners? J. Pat? Yeah, so we're kind of asking people, and this is a very, informal type live stream. The way I do these is feel free to ask me any questions about the channel, about myself. I'll get to as many as possible. Put the comments in the chat in case I don't get it. Wait a couple minutes, try again. The best way is always the super chats. Those always stand out to me. It's a great way to support the channel, but you don't have to. You can just put it in the comments, and that is much appreciated. Lost in Space was your first crush. You're in Panama City Beach, Florida. That is awesome. Let me just move this over here. All right, Panama City, Florida. I bet it's nice over there, right? Or is it raining? I heard that Florida has nice weather, but it also rains a lot there, right? So, let me see here. $2 p.m. Tuesday. You guys are finished with lunch already? Oh my goodness. We are super, super late. We're gonna catch up to you, Australia. Don't worry. Miss Backstager, thank you for coming on a live stream. Hey, April Davis from Los Angeles. Linda, a contact wearer as well. Oh, Douglas, you were a Red Skelton fan. Have you seen the I Love Lucy episode with Red Skelton? It's an hour-long episode where they go to Alaska. It's a really good one. Tiff, you are a big fan of Home Improvement, Addams Family. You're loving the videos and the live streams. Well, thank you. There will be more. Home Improvement and Addams Family. Stay tuned. Subscribe if you haven't. Great way so you don't miss any video and watch all that you see. Oh, it's raining. That's awesome. We've had some crazy rain here in Southern California. The most it's ever rained. Our drought is officially over, as they say. I won't get into details of that. That's what is reported. But it is green everywhere, and that's very rare here. We're a desert, so, I mean, come on. Oh, someone else entirely says, my fondest first memory was Gomez Addams. He was your first crush. Let me just adjust here a little bit. I'm always doing things, always adjusting. Always checking levels, always... There's a lot of systems that goes into live streams. It looks like I'm just sitting in a chair, but there's mics, there's lights, there's cameras, there's audio levels, there's comments. There's a lot going on. It's kind of like when you fly a plane. It's a little easier than that. A little easier. That much easier. Kevin 10001, Binary Kevin. The first classic TV show I got into was Batman, and it started your love for Batman. That's awesome, Kevin. Have you watched any of my classic TV show videos on Batman? I'm a huge Batman fan in general. I have Batman posters, I have Batman statues, I have Batman everything. The only bigger thing that I love than Batman is Back to the Future. Those are my two big loves right there. Back to the Future is my favorite movie. Favorite trilogy, and then second to that is the Dark Knight trilogy. I don't know why. Yeah, I have my issues with calling it the Dark Knight trilogy. I'd rather call it the Chris Nolan trilogy. But yeah, that's my favorite. Thank you, Randy. Thank you, Randy, for that. Always being a great moderator. Oh, Brian J. says your favorite show is Get Smart, with Green Acres as a close second. So I am guessing you're a big fan of Agent 99. Maxwell Smart. He is great. Maxwell Smart. Let's go there, Chief. Yeah, you know, Sally Ann, I have been watching here and there. I'm not going to lie, a lot, but I have been here and there watching I Love Lucy on Pluto TV. I mean, I have all the episodes, but it is convenient just to pop in the Pluto TV. In case you don't know, but promise me, if you go and watch I Love Lucy for free, that you come back to the channel and watch my videos. Because remember, you have to support me. So watch them in conjunction. Watch I Love Lucy episodes, then come back to me behind the scenes. And then go rewatch the episodes. It's a back and forth, right? So yeah, I am watching. Pluto TV has 100% free I Love Lucy episodes. Essentially, all you have to do is go to Pluto TV. You don't have to download anything. You can sign in if you want. But it's just like a TV. Essentially, it's just like a TV. There are commercials. And you just type in I Love Lucy and it pops up. You can also watch Three's Companies for free. It's all for free. They're just commercials there. I'm not sponsored for this. There's Andy Griffith's show. There's like other classic TV shows. I can't even name because there's so many. So yeah. Hey Justin B, nice to see you. Mr. Ed, I've never seen Mr. Ed, but yeah, interested to maybe watch an episode here and there. Jared, you remember watching a lot of old shows as a kid on Nick and Night. So you're about my age, Jared, right? You're in your 30s, I'm guessing, maybe. Maybe a little younger. So yeah, they used to pass all the good stuff. Batman, I Love Lucy, Gilligan's Island, as Addams Family, Monsters. I watched it before that. So Nick and Night kind of condensed it. But I used to watch it, at least on our stations, like on Fox. Used to play that a lot. After cartoons. What else? Channel 2 used to do it, which was CBS. I think 5 used to do it every once in a while. which was KTLA 13, KTTS, I think. And then we had like the public, what is it called? Public stations. Like it was different. It was either 28 was like KCET, and sometimes you used to have those strange channels in between that, and they used to have it. So I want to thank you all for liking this live stream. If you haven't done so, it's much appreciated. It's free to do so. And I strive to keep my videos free. I strive to keep my content free. It's not easy, but with your support, I'm able to do it now. So it's only with you guys being so supportive. So thank you. Someone just liked it. I just saw it. It went. So thank you for that. Let's see. Car 54. Yeah, a lot of people are a fan of that show. I watched a couple episodes. Couldn't really get into it. Maybe I need to watch more. Let's see. John H. Nice to see you in the live stream. Let's see here. Car 54. No, I mean, someone else entirely. That's a great question. Was Car 54, Where Are You Before Your Time? Listen, I have watched Chaplin, and that goes before TV. So I am a huge fan of classic TV shows and movies. I go back, but for some reasons, there are certain shows that I haven't watched because of my age. I'll talk about that maybe in a little bit. David Davenport coming in with the $10 super chat, the first super chat of the live stream. Hopefully, there may be more. Who knows? But I'm so appreciative to you, David. Great live stream. Hey, were Lucy and Ricky, so you can ask questions and I'll definitely highlight your question. Were Lucy and Ricky friends with Ethel and Fred before they were tenants? How did Ethel and Fred meet? Is this like a trivia question, David? This is a hard one because this is pre I Love Lucy information, right? And so let me see here. What is really interesting with that, David, is that we have to think, what were Lucy and Ricky doing before they were tenants of the Mertzes? And remember, if we go with the canon, that is the canon of I Love Lucy and the Lucy Desi comedy era, they met on that Cuban trip, remember? Now, Lucy was with her friend Susie McNamara, and Ethel and Fred were like on a honeymoon type cruise. And then from there, they went to Cuba and they met Ricky, who had a friend, and then they started dating. That is, Ricky's friend and Ricky started dating Lucy and Susie McNamara, and then they switched couples, and then they all met through that. And so yeah, now how Ethel and Fred met, I don't know. That's a good question. I would love to know the mythology on that, if you will, but that would be pretty cool. Daily Exotics. I actually do have a Patreon. Links are in the description if you want to check it out. I do appreciate all of you who are patron members. You're awesome. But I always say it's optional. I am just content with you watching, having fun, enjoying classic TV. The only thing I would ask is be a subscriber. It's free. It helps me out so much. And that's it. Can't complain. 147,000 of you have subscribed, which is nuts to me. Like, that is more than I ever thought I would have. So Jared says, Fox and CBS had those shows as well. Shows as well. But Nick and Knight did condense it for sure. TV Land was great. I'll be 29 this year, so you're almost 30. You feel older sometimes for sure. Well, I'm 35, going to be 36. Know that I'm with you on that, Jared. It did condense it so you could see it in one, but I used to hunt. Part of my joy was like, I would look at the guide and see what would be coming up. And so I knew, I was like, oh, tomorrow Lucy comes on at 6. And then Gilligan comes on at 9. But then after 9, like 10, then we're going to have like, I don't know, Beverly Hillbillies. And I would stay and watch it, and so forth. So yeah, that was fun stuff. Oh wait, is there a super chat that I missed? Hold on. I'm a little behind. Sometimes I talk and then I forgot the comments. So, hey, Byron B. saying, hey Rick, first time I've been able to catch you live, coming in the middle. Greetings from Kentucky. Nice to see you, Byron. So Micah J. Vickers, you watched the Andy Griffith show. So I only cover shows that I really, really, really love, or movies, and that I'm really passionate about and I know about. Andy Griffith's show is not one that I really watched often, so that wouldn't fall into that category. Let me see. Oh yeah, the episode where Fred had hair. Well, there was 2, right? And there was one where he had hair when Ricky thinks he's going bald. He put a piece on. And then the one with the Cuban one, which they were lovey-dovey. Well, no. That was another one. That was when they're on another boat. I don't know. Fred likes boats, I guess. Okay, I think we have a super chat from Bob Carp, a $10 super chat. Thanks so much, Bob. The second person who is doing a, what do you call it? I got a brain fart here. A super chat. Thank you so much, Bob Carp. Let's look to see what you say. Love the channel, especially Gilligan's videos. Oh, I love Gilligan. My top 2 favorite show. Probably it's my second favorite show after Lucy. Three Stooges. They kind of fight amongst each other. I would definitely say Lucy, Gilligan's Island, Three Stooges. But anyway, you didn't have a TV until you were 7. Wow. And at night you'd watch The Monkees. It's your first TV memory. I've never seen The Monkees, and people have told me that I should. So, hey, maybe I should actually check it out. 900 Miles from Normal says, if you could have any classic TV show remade, moreover, remade with dignity and not treated like trash, I agree with you, which one would you choose? Oh, Gilligan's Island for sure. Done well. Actors that are amazing but not well known. That's my thing. I'm a stickler for that. I cannot stand when they use well-known actors for remakes because you can't lose yourself into that. Like if you have Madonna or if you have like Nicole Kidman, which that was used, you see the individual and you don't lose sight of that. Like what I loved about Batman with Christian Bale was that a lot of people didn't know him, and he blended into the character for me. A lot of actors who do that, it's just fantastic, but they have to be good actors. Kind of like, I haven't seen it, but I think it's Austin Butler who did Elvis, right? He wasn't really well known. It wasn't like Joaquin Phoenix did it, and Joaquin Phoenix is a great actor, but I think for something like that, you want to lose yourself in the actor, right? That's just my opinion. So, yeah, those are my thoughts. Alright, catching up in the comments like always. Rick is a slowpoke. Don't feel old, don't feel old. We're all reminiscing here, having fun, classic TV shows and movies. Yes, TV Guide will date me, but I used to love TV Guide. I used to look in, read all the stories. I was a little old man as like a 3-year-old. Hey Brian, nice to see you. Always a Brian Redman. Such a fantastic supporter. Thank you so much, Brian. I want to give you a shout out. You're one of the true supporters out there. Jerry D, thank you so much, Jerry. You are always generous, always great, always a good mood man. I hope you're feeling well, especially with your recent loss. All of you send love to Jerry D. Send his love. He lost his dog a few months ago. I lost mine back in October. So we kind of both, Jerry and I have connected a lot. I've appeared on his show a couple times, and yeah, thank you so much, Jerry. Hey Rick, thank you so much for all that you do. Love the channel. Well, thank you, Jerry. I love all you do, all the support you show me. It's amazing. So I will always shout you out. I will always tell people to check out your podcast. It's Another Sunday podcast. Him and Debbie, they cover when I can. I catch it. I catch the live there. It's not a live stream, but it's a podcast. There you go. And they have different guests from every once in a while. They had a professional gambler, and they have musicians and authors and YouTubers. They had me on. They have a lot of great people, and so I really do appreciate all of you. Oh my goodness. Another super chat. You guys are killing it today. Kenneth Huber with a $50 super chat. Are you kidding me, Kenneth? You are awesome. I always love to watch your videos. All the best from one pilot to another. You flew the amazing A7E Echo aircraft back in, I think you told me, right, Kenneth? Was that back in Vietnam or was, let's see, 60s, 70s? I have my old trusty little aircraft. Yours made of glass. It was a gift that I got. I love it. It's old dusty. But I have airplanes everywhere. I mean, I actually have, in case you all don't know, I have my logbook, my pilot logbook with my hours. I have my headset. I have a lot of stuff. Which, by the way, if you all stay tuned, I'm really looking forward to I have a second channel, and it's kind of been, I want to talk to you a little bit about that. It's kind of been everywhere. It's been on hiatus. It's just been sitting there, and I haven't thought what to do. And since I have so many likes and things that I really enjoy talking about, I really love aviation. Other than classic TV, I love aviation. I really love cars. I really love actually coin collecting and currency and history. I love reading. I love so many things. Like go-karting is fun for me. These are just some things. I'm kind of drawing a blank, but those are a lot of the main things that I like. And I love to find a channel because they have nothing to do with classic TV to put it on. And so my second channel will become a hodgepodge of things that I love. So those are the hardcore people who just want to watch me and more of my everyday life. Not really me just walking around, but more of like my hobbies and my interests and things that I love. So thank you, Kenneth. Salute and thank you for your service as always, being a wonderful pilot, sacrificing so much for a country and being such a generous man. Thank you so much. Ronald B says, why was Richard Dawson so on and off in the later seasons, Hogan's Heroes? That's a great question, Ronald. A lot of shows, when they focus on certain characters, if other characters gain popularity or they want to highlight others, they always said that Hogan's Heroes was tricky because there was 5 main people in the cast, right? So there was Hogan, there was Kinchlow, there was Carter, there was LeBeau, and I'm missing. Oh, there we go. That's who I'm missing. I'm missing Dawson, right? And what happens is if you can write or make 2 of them the focus, then the other 3 take a back seat. And it just happened that Dawson got a lot of the back seats. At the end, it just kind of worked out that way. They had more stories for like Carter and LeBeau and Hogan mostly. Obviously, it's Hogan's Heroes, right? But that's a great question. All right, making my way down here. You were born old. That is funny. TV Guide. Oh, man. John Lancaster saying, I love your show. Well, thank you, John. You're amazing. You're all amazing. Look at you. Being such great supporters. What's your favorite Stooge short with Joe Besser? I don't know. I have to admit, I haven't seen every single one with Joe Besser. There's 13, I believe. I do know that. But I don't know. I don't know by name, but the first one that he made, I think was all right. It wasn't great, but it was all right. I could look up the name if you'd like. I have it pretty handy. It's the one with the horse. And they're trying, let's see, so it's called Hoofs and Goots. Goofs? Hoots and Goofs. Yeah, and then there's also Muscle Up a Little Closer. I kind of like that. Yeah, so they're basically remakes of older Shemp ones. Because, of course, they were kind of having a difficulty without their old brother Shemp, being able to be on the show with his passing away. Okay, the chat went like this. I'm not ignoring anyone. Sometimes the chat is difficult to keep up with anyone, but I'm trying to get to as many people as possible, so I hope you can all understand. Trying to get to as many people as possible. Oh, Kenneth, you flew them in the late 70s and early 80s. Okay, that was my thought. So I was thinking 70s, and then I was like, you probably had to fly them in the 80s too. And so that makes sense. Very, very, very awesome. And thank you to all of you for sending Jerry your wonderful thoughts. Again, he's a great channel supporter. He's been here for so long and, motivated, inspired me a lot. So, we send him our love for sure. John Lancaster, great question. Do I collect TV memorabilia? Not really, to be honest with you. Not really. I like more of the episodes themselves. I don't really go crazy with the memorabilia per se. I mean, I've always had that fantasy of I'd like to own a Three Stooges brick, which means a fake brick that they use that Mo was hit in the head, let's say, that was made out of foam and painted to look like a brick. That would be cool, but then I think I have a foam thing right there, and yeah, there's that connection. I actually have some memorabilia, kind of, accidentally. I have some Alex Trebek. If you guys are fans of Alex Trebek and Jeopardy, I have his personal jacket and some of his awards. I actually bought it in an estate sale. And I showed it to the channel. I made a video on that, so check it out. Rick9G Jeopardy or Rick9G Alex Trebek. And I don't know, these were things I just wanted to have and purchase. I can show you his jacket. Let me know in the comments if you want to see his jacket. I can pull it out from I have it hanging behind me. I can show it to you. But anyway, great question, John. Oh, Rod Serling's brother was a pilot. I'm not surprised, Jose, because Rod Serling, I actually didn't know that per se, but I'm not surprised because Rod Serling himself was in the military. And a lot of his military stories or war stories are based on his experiences, right? Yeah. Yeah, so he was a technical advisor for the Odyssey of Flight 33, which I love. I love that episode. So my second channel, links in the description. The name is going to change. I won't tell you what the name is yet. It was a classic cartoon channel. I may even put classic cartoon stuff, but I feel that I didn't have a strong enough love for classic cartoons to be able to do a whole channel on it. I just want to be honest with you guys. I just like to focus on things I like and I'm passionate about. I'm not just going to make videos on things just for the sake of making it. And that's what this channel is. I'm not just going to say, well, I'm going to get clicks if I make a video on the Andy Griffith Show. I may, but I'm not really a watcher of it, so I'm not going to fake the fact that I do. So I love some cartoons, but I realized how much it wasn't a huge part of my life, whereas aviation and coin collecting and things like that are, and cars. And so I'd like to cover that, not on this channel, but on the other channel where everyone wants to see anything Rick Nige. Yeah. David Davenport, am I going to do another video chat in the near future? Yeah, I would like to. I didn't want this one to be one. It is a little limited. I would really like to look forward to when I can do it from my desktop, which is this, versus my phone. And then you guys have to have a phone and an app. There was a lot of restrictions because it's still in beta. So I may do a couple more, but I'm really waiting for it to be more accessible to all of you so you don't have to have like the app. And it was kind of a little bit of a nightmare, to be honest, but it worked. It definitely worked. Paul says, Rick, thank you for posting all your many in-depth videos. I snuck and watched I Love Lucy at 8 p.m. on Nick and Night. You can also watch it on Pluto TV for free when you were 12. Every year I got it later and later. Wow. Yeah, Roku, I agree. You say you love not only this channel and its content, but also the fans. Lots of nice people here. I agree, and that's what I strive to make this. A lot of people say like I'm carefree and fun, and that's true, but there's also a very strict side of me that I will make sure I do my best to keep that on this channel, to keep it as it is. We're a family of fans of classic TV and movies, and I want to keep it that way. It's family friendly, will always remain like that. Yeah, I may cover shows that are a little risque. Like, I may cover Married with Children one day. Don't be surprised. I'll do a viewer discretion is advised. And, it's a little risque. But I think it would be okay. But I'll give a warning. But the point is that people have met each other from here. And people have supported each other. I love that about this channel. Jared W. Says, I love your Alex Trebek video. He was awesome. I'm glad you like it. And yeah, check it out. I used to collect stamps, Byron, as a little boy. I don't now. Maybe I should. But yeah, and I even knew like the secret to when the stamp is on the envelope and it's really stuck on there. A really easy way to get it off, not using heat. And it's really simple and it preserves the stamp in fantastic condition. So yeah, I knew all those things, but I knew that as like a 10-year-old. I'm, yeah, little crazy. Oh, Johnny Quest, yeah. Absolutely, Johnny Quest is has a big audience. Yeah, Johnny Quest. I'm just looking back at your comments, everyone. Feel free to continue asking questions. Post what is your favorite classic TV memory. Let me know in the comments down below. In case I missed any, I'm just going back. These are maybe some older comments I didn't see. Larry Hovis was on Laugh-In. You are correct. Larry Hovis is great. One of my favorites from Hogan's Heroes. Hey, twin Marlene. Hello from Erie, Pennsylvania. Yeah, that is awesome. Byron, I have seen the first Top Gun, but I saw it in high school, and obviously I wasn't a pilot back then. But I didn't go crazy over it. I was like, okay, a plane movie. I don't know. I couldn't get into it. Don't know what it is. I love military. I love planes. Could be that I've never been like a crazy fan of Tom Cruise. Nothing against them. I don't get into politics or anything like that or religion or anything crazy on this channel. There are just some actors that I gravitate toward and some that I don't. And I never really gravitate toward him. And I'm usually biased. So if I don't like an actor or actress and they're in a movie, I usually pass on it. Sometimes for me, an actor and actress could make or break a movie. That's just me. And I may be missing some great pieces of work, but so be it. I'm okay with that. Rob Bob, I am amazing. Thank you for asking. Michael Knack, you watch I Love Lucy on Decade's channel, but now it's disappeared. Hey, I've been telling you all, it's on Pluto TV, free. I'm not sponsored. It feels like I'm sponsored, but let me tell you something. It almost feels like I am sponsored because I'm plugging it so much. But I know a lot of you really want to watch like I Love Lucy or these shows and don't want to get the DVDs or money's tight, and I totally get it. And Pluto TV is a great way to do it for free. There's commercials. I mean, that's the biggest thing. Oh, and I have my Gilligan's Island shirt. That's probably my favorite shirt that I own of like classic TV shows and movies. Obviously, Gilligan always wears his red shirt. And as you can see, the bottom of his red shirt blends into the red shirt. And so, I don't know. The design, I think, is awesome. I really love it. Okay, let me go back. Let me go back here. Thank you, Brian, for joining. Have a great night. Yeah, so Ricky's friend in that episode from Cuba was Cesar Romero, and they were good friends in real life, and yeah, he was a pre-Joker. That was before he was Joker. It's about not a decade, I would say about 5 years before, yeah, so it was like 57, yeah, about 5-6 years before he played the Joker. Yeah, Sally and Pluto, my hat's off to them. I think there's a link with Pluto and Paramount Plus, which makes sense because Paramount technically was a Desilu lot, and so there's a connection there in any way. But yeah, they don't cut the episodes. They show pretty much most of it, which is good. They don't cut. I can't stand when they cut things like that. Are you selling the Gilligan shirt? No, this is my shirt. Then I have no shirt. All right, let me know if you haven't, your first classic TV memory. That's what we're doing here. We're highlighting. Let me tell you mine. I haven't tell you mine. I think that you'll enjoy that. Mine was, I remember when I was 3 years old watching I Love Lucy, and it kind of blends in with a couple memories, but from what I can remember, it was the one where Lucy falls into the starch vat, and she comes out all, starchy and stiff. And her, right, I just don't know why that stood out to me. Why, if I analyze it now, I think I know, because it was so visual. You kind of know that starch is hard, and you see the visual of her being hard, like her clothing and her hair, and she almost got, it was almost like a cartoon. That's what I think I liked, and that I loved cartoons as a kid, and as I grew up, I liked them less. But I think I went to classic TV where a lot of it is cartoons, and even classic movies like the Marx Brothers, right? The Marx Brothers is a live action cartoon. Gilligan's Island is a live action cartoon. And so it's basically people that are live playing cartoons, and then cartoons imitated that. And so I think people think the other way around. I think people think that cartoons came and then the movies and TV shows copied that. I would argue it's the other way around, but that's just me. Oh yeah, Lucy meeting Superman. I also remember, and because there's a video of this, my dad was filming me. I was about 6 years old, and it was my brother's baptism / christening, however you call it. And everyone was getting ready, and I was in the living room by myself watching Gilligan's Island. I tuned into it. I was like this watching, and my dad films me, and it was the Cinderella episode where Mrs. Howe was Cinderella, and they were going off to the ball and all that. I remember watching that, and I remember watching it from my view, and then I can see it still on tape from my dad's view with the camera. It's cool. It's great. And yeah, 6 years old. Isn't that crazy? Oh, Sally, you can't remember back to 3 years old? Yeah, I don't know. I have that memory. I can't go past 3 years old. I don't remember anything before that. Yeah, no respect for those who cut off portions of TV shows to put in more advertising. Nope, don't accept that. Don't like that. Yes, Lucy coming out of the freezer, almost froze. No, she was frozen. I mean, her icicles, everything was very meticulously done. Later replicated, right, in Dumb and Dumber. Even the boogers got all stuck. Like, it's kind of funny. I mean, come on. Come on, it's funny. Yeah, a lot of you remember the JFK assassination, which is crazy. Because obviously I wasn't born. My father was born in 1963. So that gives you an idea. He was born that year. In fact, let's see, that was November. My dad was, he was 5 months old. I remember 9/11, 2001. That was one of my first big memories where I looked at that and I was like, this is history. But I was in high school. I was 13. But I knew the impact of that moment. I understood it. And even I was telling my parents, look, before I went to school, look what's going on. And I knew that was something big. And they were like, no, just turn it off. We got to get to school. Like, they didn't believe it. And I kind of told them. I was the TV guy in the house. Question, Ronald B. Do you watch a lot of MeTV? No, I don't. I watch a lot of my DVDs because I can put any episode I want without having to just wait. When I was younger, I hated the fact that normal TV you had to succumb to the network into whatever channel or whatever episode they would put. I wanted my own. I wanted to watch whatever I wanted to watch, and now that is possible. Not with streaming because they remove episodes, but with DVDs, I know for some people that's old school. Listen, I can watch any episode I want in high quality at a moment's notice. I just literally told you that Joe Dorita, right? Not Joe Dorita, Joe Besser, Hoofs and Goofs. I could stick this in and in 30 seconds watch this because I want to, right? And that's me on demand. I know some people just want to casually put it on, they'll try and watch anything. No, I like to be very specific. So, GH fan, nice to see you. Glad you got home and that you are on the live stream. Thank you for joining me. By the way, thanks for all the likes. We have up to 50 likes so far, which is amazing. If you haven't liked, it's much appreciated. Thanks to all of you who have liked, who have subscribed. Remember, subscribers, you get the premium treatment on my channel. If you're not a subscriber, you're missing out because you can be in the comments, say something in the chat. You get all these perks where you know what videos are coming out so that you don't miss anything, and it's great and it's free. So thanks for all of that. Whoa, Randy, so your first I Love Lucy episode was when you saw Lucy lip syncing mama yo quiero. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Lucy's singing fake Spanish. Mel Brooks. I mean, yes, Miss Backstager. I have seen. I'm not a huge Mel Brooks fan. I have seen Spaceballs. I mean, that's about it. I haven't seen many. Blazing Saddles. I haven't seen most of his stuff. I'm just gonna be honest. It's just the humor. I know he's iconic and some people like him. He's kind of just not my flavor. I get it. It's just not my kind of thing. Even though I like the Naked Gun series, I think that's hilarious. Maybe that's a little more risque, but I like that. It's more my flavor. I guess we all have tastes and stuff, and they're different. And so, yeah. John H., your favorite Joe Besser short is A Merry Mix-Up. I believe I have seen that one. Oh, yes, that one's where they're long-lost brothers. Do you like that one? It's enjoyable. It's enjoyable. I know which one you're talking about. There's 3 sets of triplets, right? And they all get married and stuff, and they mix them up. I mean, I think it's cool. I think it's off of an idea that they did before, meaning not a direct one, but it's like duplicates, right? So they turned it up to the highest degree. Where literally these Stooges, like Joe Besser was playing 3 characters, technically. Mo was playing 3, and Larry was playing 3. And so we had, 9 Stooges. For the most part, right? Which is pretty crazy, but yeah, that's pretty awesome. Oh, Senorita Cucaracha, Jose? That is an awesome episode, I call them episodes, but yeah, shorts. You know what I mean. It is great. I love it. I love it. And Katori, let me tell you, you say Mel Brooks, now that you're older, I feel you appreciate the history of the world much more. I'm with you on that. As I've grown up, I've appreciated things more. I never understood the draw to Hogan's Heroes. I would see it and I would be like, ugh, and I would change it. back when I was like a teenager. But I was always a fan of World War II. I was always a fan of history. And like I prejudged the show. Like I saw it and I was like, why are people laughing at, you know, a Nazi? Let's just say that, because we can't say the word and not have trouble on here. But yeah, I thought like, how could I do that? What is the way that I can like reconcile being okay laughing at someone like that? Well, what I thought was this, and when I watched it, I was like, oh, it's satire. Oh, it's supposed to be fun. Oh, it's something that I'm supposed to enjoy, being historical, because the enemy's being punished or made fun of, which is a defeat in itself. Like, it's deep if you think about it. And so anyway, I'm not trying to convince anyone to watch Hogan's Heroes. I think it's one of the best shows of all time. I'm not exaggerating. I really do. The writing is brilliant. And, I mean, all the actors pretty much being Jewish, and the fact that they decided to play that other side shows that they were really big fans of the art and essentially the writing. And so, yeah. Mel Brooks, because you love Jewish humor. Oh, I mean, everything on TV that is classic is essentially Jewish humor. I mean, Three Stooges, they're all Jewish. Marx Brothers, they're all Jewish. I mean, Milton Berle. I mean, think of the big guys. Not every single one, but I mean, there's so many, and we owe a lot of humor to the Jewish community, obviously. Bob Hope is another big one, but he's obviously Catholic. But I mean, the point is, look at Hillside Memorial, which is a cemetery in the Los Angeles, Culver City area where there's a lot of Jewish actors. I mean, Jack Benny, and we have Al Jolson, I believe. We have Mo Howard there. We have so many, essentially, Jews. Shelley Winters. The list goes on and on. These are just people off the top of my head. Leonard Nimoy, right? So, yeah. Yeah, GH fan, do you have any on-location videos coming soon? Let me tell you, GH fan, yes. You probably will have to wait till late summer. Not late summer. Late spring into summer. The reason is we've had crazy rain. It's really hard to do these locations. It's like during the week, and then we don't have great drainage. And it's like one of those things where I need to not worry about going out and it raining. So that needs to be late summer. I keep saying that. Late spring. So I'm talking about like April, May. Like once May, there are no showers in May, then we're good. And we can pretty much guarantee we're not going to have showers here in Los Angeles probably until like the end of the year. We might have it once or twice, but it's fine. And so we need that. It's going to rain again next week. Like, we've had the most rain in I don't know how many years. And so the rain needs to stop because it kind of cancels my plans. And I've been actually busy on weekends a lot. Life changes, right? In a good way. But yeah, I have more location videos planned, and I will make time for them. And they will be different. I have locations in mind. I'm in one of the best towns ever, within range of the best towns ever, Los Angeles, where Hollywood and what else? Culver City, the second Hollywood. Essentially, and just so many great locations. So yes. In fact, if you did a Kickstarter to fund the Desilu video, I'd support it, no doubt. What do you mean, David? A Desilu video? A video just about Desilu? I would do it without the kickstarting. If you guys like and subscribe and keep doing that, I would still do it with that. Okay, let me continue here. No, Backstager, I don't like those type movies. It's not to say that I will never watch it, but you're asking me if I ever watched the movie on the life of Bob Crane. It's called Autofocus. I did not see it. I know Greg Kinnear plays Bob Crane. I don't know. All those biopics and stuff I'm really not into. I don't think they're bad. I think they're for some type of people, like some audience, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean that they're for people who want to see it realistic, and that's fine, but I'm not one who dies to see that. I'm okay with like reading about it, knowing the stories, and I kind of just imagine it. I don't need to see someone acting it out and then adding their own spin to it. Not my thing. Oh wow, new Stooges book, Tour de Farce, 765 pages. No way. That's pretty cool. I have to look that up. I'm actually going. I'm gonna remind myself of that. I was gonna say, if you don't mind. That was good. I'm gonna take a picture of that. I just don't wanna forget. Okay, my lemon tree. So Randy, the lemon tree. I'm trying to think. I think the lemon tree went kaput. But what I did, I kind of cheated a little bit. I bought, the ones at Home Depot that are a little taller. So, so my lemon tree was about like, I don't know, like yay high. Let's say 12 feet. No, 12 inches. Let's say a little less than 2 feet. And I think it went kaput. And it turned, there was almost nothing left. So, and this was a while back. But then I bought one that was about like 3.5 feet. And now it's like, so I'm about 6 feet. It's close to 7.5 feet tall. It has thorns, like spikes, like it's beautiful. The leaves smell like lemons. So I just need that extra boost, right, for it. And it's great. It hasn't sprouted lemons yet. I don't know the age of it. And I also bought an apple tree. It's sprouting flowers right now as we speak. I could maybe, so do this. If you go to my Instagram, all soon, join my Instagram. Links are in the description. I will probably post so you can see the lemon tree and the apple tree, which I'm really excited to see grow. Yeah. And I'm also going to plant bee balm, which I'm also a really big fan of bees. I don't know if any of you knew that. I would love to do beekeeping. Are there any beekeepers out there? I'm really interested to connect with any beekeepers who are actual beekeepers right now. I would love to start it as a hobby and obviously get the honey, but also propagate the species to have more bees and pollinate our plants and all that. Like I would really love to do it. I just honestly don't have the space for a beehive. I need to live in a certain type of home, right? And so maybe in the near future, but yeah, I won't mention that. I'll just continue. Yeah, Mark Bass, you're interested in Desilu. I think it's cool they owned a movie studio. Let me add on to that, Mark Bass. They didn't just own one, they owned 4. They owned Desilu Culver, they owned Desilu Cahuenga, they owned Desilu Gower, and I believe there's one more, but at least 3 and possibly 4. Well, they actually also own General Services Studios, then they sold it. And so they owned not at one time, but they owned a total at 4 at least. Just not at once. I think they had 3 at the most, 3 at one time, and a total of 4. Yeah, so that's nuts. Oh yeah, David Davenport, you were asking if I would do a video on Desilu, its creation, history, TV, and movie productions, and the impact altogether. Yeah, I think I would do it more. I don't know. I like little things, so little snippets versus like a 1 hour thing. I know a lot of people would go the 1 hour. What I would do is maybe do little snippets and combine it into one. But that's a little, I don't know. That's not my style to like compile. I know a lot of YouTubers do that. They actually make little videos and then make inner scenes, and maybe I might try that as a future project. So I'm open. I'm very open to that. Some things I'm not open to, but that I'm open to. So yeah. Miss Backstager, any snow in my area? No, we had a little bit of snow, and it has never snowed in my entire life in this area, and I lived my entire life here in this LA area. I'm about an hour away in the mountains of snow. It's in the nearest snow. That is like regularly falling or regularly on the ground. Like now, if you drive about an hour on the freeway, on the interstate, you could probably hit snow in about an hour. But there was one time where it was super cold, like last month, where we had hail and snow, a little bit of snow for like 5 minutes. It was crazy, and then it melted like 5 minutes later. So. Oh man. Never gotten Top Gun. Yep. Oh yeah, you're right, Katori. Yes, you're correct. I forgot that one. I knew there was more. I just couldn't think of it. I thank you for reminding me. The RKO Ranch in the valley somewhere. Yes. What was it called? The Desilu Ranch? Desilu Columbia Ranch? Well, they also owned Indian Wells, which I stayed at. I stayed at the I Love Lucy Desilu Hotel a little bit ago. Check that out. I made a video on it. You didn't watch Being the Ricardos. It was great. Nope, I didn't watch it. Do you think you could do some videos on the Rat Patrol? I don't know much about the Rat Patrol. Very little. In fact, I'd probably need to learn about it. And I usually, like I mentioned a little before, I usually cover shows, movies that I'm very like passionate about and know about. Sometimes I branch into new things, but I have to like it or be interested in it on my own versus like, hey, I'm just gonna do something on the Rat Patrol and see, because then I feel like I don't have the motivation, the drive, the enthusiasm to do it. And I think that's what sets my channel apart from everyone else, is that not only was I the first to do stuff on classic TV show and movies ever on YouTube, I feel like there's a passion behind it, and I'm not just going through a checklist of, oh, I haven't covered this show, I gotta cover it. Oh, I haven't covered this show, I gotta cover it. No, there's a reason why I cover the shows that I do. It's because I know about them, I like them, they're my favorites. And here and there I may add something else that I haven't talked about, or more videos in certain categories. But I will always focus on I Love Lucy. I will always talk about Gilligan's Island. I will always talk about the Stooges at some degree or another. I might leave the show talking about it for a little bit, but I'll go back to it eventually. Yes, yes. Yeah, Mike, pre-code fan, I'm going to read what you say. Challenging comment. I would just leave it to the audience to say what you think, and I'll give you my thoughts. Rick, you may be too young or naive, interesting, to appreciate why so many of us older folks do not care for such things as Hogan's heroes. Millions of Jews were eradicated, but the Jews weren't the only ones. Absolutely, Catholics were eradicated. I'm very aware of that. Catholic priests, Catholic nuns, people who had mental issues, people who, straight people, gay people, dark people, if you didn't fit into the mold, right? Yeah, so we're very aware of that. I'm not forcing anyone to watch Hogan's Heroes. It's one of my favorite show evers because it satires that side, and it's a way to fight the evils. It's a way to get rid of and not coming from me, I'm not Jewish, but coming from the actors themselves who were in concentration camps. I'm very passionate about this because people can put dirt on the show as much as possible. They can put dirt on me, that's fine, but you can't put dirt on people like, let's say Robert Clary, who was in an actual concentration camp, who was Jewish, who did not mind doing the show because he wanted to tell the atrocities and he wanted to fight the negativity and he wanted to fight the horrors of those events through the show. The humor heals. Not everyone doesn't have to agree, but Robert Clary feels that. Werner Klemper felt that. He was the colonel, right? He played another German. John Banner was also Jewish and felt the same way. We have Aston, who was, what's his name? Leon Aston, who was General Burkhalter. Major Hochstetter, who was played by Howard Kane. I know his son, Lyle Kane, who is also Jewish and says the same thing. So I'm not just speaking out of my own mouth. I'm highlighting what these individuals who are actually Jewish and went through these things and were in camps, like Leon Aston, who had the numbers on his arm, Robert Clary, who had the numbers on his arm, who are okay with the show, and that doesn't mean all of you have to be, but I want to speak for them because they can't speak up right now. They're gone, but their memory's alive. Their memory will outlive our memory, most likely, and I do honor their work by presenting the show and keeping the show alive. So that is my little, that's my little spiel on that. So yeah, I defend these shows, and I defend not only that, but I defend the Stooges, who very much covered Schicklgruber. I can't really say his name on YouTube, I'll get demonetized, but Schicklgruber, you know who he means, Red Armband. Mo played him. There was no one more Jewish than the Three Stooges. All three of them. Jewish Cemetery, all that stuff. I mean, Curly Howard wearing that because humor was seen as a defeat of the enemy, right? So anyway, absolutely. So I don't want to get into that, but I want to say that this is the perspective of others and I want to definitely honor that. So I know that a lot of people have that same. So I think we should respect those who have that understanding. And if you don't watch it, hey, that's cool. There's so many good shows that don't focus on that, like I Love Lucy, Gilligan's Island. Most of the Three Stooges shorts. We have Family Matters, that is a great show that I cover. We have Home Improvement. We have, oh man, I'm having a brain fart, but I cover over 30 shows in what I do. What else? I'm kind of getting a little cheat sheet here. There's so many. I don't cover Columbo, but I mean, again, there's so many shows and so many things to enjoy. So I don't know. I may be naive. I don't know. Who knows? Yeah, I mean, Jared, let me read what you say. I think Jared sums it up. We can say this with Mel Brooks, who can be more Jewish than Mel Brooks, and I mean that as a compliment, right? These are people who understand more than I do, because I'm not Jewish. I do understand, because I am Catholic, that many of the people that we loved were killed in those situations, and people that we did really love and that we never have again because of these situations. But yeah, Jared, you say Mel Brooks makes fun of the H guy a lot because of stuff and how horrible he was. He once comically asked why he keeps going after him, and Mel Brooks said, "I think it was a bit rude." I mean, right there, right? I mean, look at Jerry Seinfeld, very Jewish, and he literally made a movie, or excuse me, he literally made an episode about laughing at the fact that he fell asleep making out, or excuse me, he made out during Schindler's List, right? So yeah. Yeah, and may I add too that the show is not about concentration camps. No. The atrocities of World War II. These are POW camps, which weren't easy by any means, but there is a difference between those two. And Werner Klemperer, who played Colonel Klink, a German who was a Jewish man himself, made that distinction. He's like, whoa, don't call these concentration camps, because that's not what these are. These are POW camps, and there's a difference there, right? And that's very, very important. Yeah, John H. Howard Kane was a native of Nashville. He had to lose his accent when he got into acting, and he's a very amazing actor, very amazing, such a nice guy. Absolutely amazing. Son Lyle Kane is a great supporter of the channel. Yeah. Oh man, David Davenport. If you could stay at the weekend at one house, which would it be? Munsters or Addams? That's hard. I kind of as I was reading your question, I kind of spotted it. And I was going to say, I felt like I was instantly going to say, no way I want to stay at the Addams house. But then I thought, wait, Rick. I don't know if I want to stay at the Munsters house. It's a little too creepy for me, even though it's like funny. I think the Addams house would be funnier. It's just more weird than creepy, although it could be creepy, right? But yeah, I think I would absolutely go there. I'm almost on here for an hour. Wow, that is amazing. Let me see. Jerry Lewis. Oh no, yeah, Jerry Lewis. Oh yeah, Jose. Twilight Zone has amazing World War II atrocity videos. That's Head Revisited. I almost can't watch that one. That one gets to me. I've watched it once, and it penetrated me. It like penetrated my soul. Like, it was powerful, and I was like, I'm sorry, I love Twilight Zone, but it was intense for me, like almost too intense to be entertaining. So I was like, let's go a little more casual, soft, comedic / silly. And, we got into the other ones with like the camera that takes pictures and stuff stuff like that. That one just became really, big stuff. Yeah. 900 Miles from Normal. Who would play Rick 9G in the Rick 9G show? Classic TV star or new? Your choice. So you're asking me or ask them? I'll put it to all of you. If someone could play me in like a movie or like a show, who would it be? Let me know. Exactly, John H. Absolutely. Twilight Zone did the same thing. Oh no, the Ghost of Mr. Chicken House is scary. No, that freaked me out a little bit. I need to get something in return. Maybe if I get this is so bad. If I get promised 1 million subscribers after I leave the house and I stay for one night, I'd probably do it. Ooh, hiccups. Alright everyone, I think I'm going to be tuning off soon. Let me know if you have any last minute questions, comments, before I tune out. I think we'll call it a day. We had a wonderful live stream, talked about so many things, classic TV memories, great TV shows, great individuals and actors and crew who did such an amazing job continuing us, giving us so much humor where we can just watch their work. Most of them, are no longer with us, unfortunately, but we can still enjoy it. We can still enjoy their work, which is amazing. Oh man, Bob Denver to play me? No, I would like to play Bob Denver, and not that I could do it well, but I would like to honor him. No, I wouldn't want him to honor me. No, he is the great. He is the great, as I would call, he is the man. He is the GOAT, the greatest of all time. So GOAT stands for greatest of all time. Yeah, Denver is amazing. Oh yeah, that's true. Wait, Mark Bass, but you don't want to get eaten by Spot? How about getting eaten by Kitty, right? Or getting eaten by one of Morticia's plants? That they kind of treat you like a boa constrictor and just squeeze you and suck the life out of you? No. Yeah, I guess that's why I don't like the Willoughby episode, because it's like really dark at the end. Not all episodes are like that at the end. It was just really dark, and so yeah. Hey Charlie, if you joined in late, don't worry, you can always go back and watch what you missed, so don't forget to do that if you haven't. Thank you so much, Miss Backstager. This is more fun than work. I hope it is for you guys. For me, what I call my work are my videos, what I put hours and hours and hours into to get a 5-minute video. That is my work, and it is a joy that I can do that and entertain all of you, bring you wonderful memories, nostalgia, wonderful thoughts, all this cool information and insights, and you teach me after that in the comments, and I love it. I appreciate all of you. I love all that you do for the channel, and I do appreciate so much. Thank you, a big shout out, of course, to Randy Tompkins for being an amazing moderator, as always, being such a great supporter of the channel, for all of you to being such a great supporter. Thanks so much for your support. Thank you so much for everything that you do. And don't forget, everyone, as always, come on, do it with me.